In 2003, a 19-year-old college dropout pitched a medical device with an extraordinary promise: to run hundreds of complex health tests from just a single, painless drop of blood. That dropout was Elizabeth Holmes. With her intense, unblinking stare, signature black turtlenecks, and a carefully practiced, artificially deep voice, she engineered a persona that captivated the world. Her pitch worked because it targeted a very real, universal anxiety. Millions of people genuinely dread traditional, painful blood draws with large needles. By promising to eliminate that pain entirely, she created a psychological shield. Investors and the public wanted the technology to be real so badly that they bypassed basic scientific scrutiny for over a decade. The story begins at Stanford University, where Holmes left her chemical engineering degree behind at age 19 to launch a company called Theranos. Her core concept centered around a machine called the Edison. According to her patents and pitch decks, this tiny desktop box could instantly diagnose everything from high cholesterol to cancer. Instead of vials drawn from a vein, Theranos claimed they only needed to use a tiny, non-threatening lancet to prick your finger and collect a microsample in what they called a nanotainer. The smartest money in Silicon Valley rushed in. Elite investors poured hundreds of millions of dollars into Theranos, pushing the company's valuation to an astonishing $9 billion. By 2014, major business magazines were hailing her as the next Steve Jobs. She had reached the absolute peak of Silicon Valley fame, despite the fact that her core technology had never been independently verified. Building a company valued at that scale requires managing massive, highly complex operations. You have to track finances, coordinate inventory across locations, and align completely diverse teams. If you're building a real business, managing all of those moving parts manually is an operational nightmare. While legitimate companies use robust tools to scale their products, Theranos used its massive valuation and resources to organize an elaborate logistical cover-up. Because behind the closed laboratory doors, the Edison machine was a complete failure. The proprietary desktop boxes could not actually perform the vast majority of the tests Theranos offered. To hide this, they secretly bought heavy, traditional blood analyzers from medical competitors like Siemens. Since standard machines require normal volumes, employees were forced to take tiny finger prick samples, drastically dilute them, and run them through these bulky third-party machines. Diluting those microsamples severely skewed the chemistry. Real patients began receiving terrifying, entirely false test results, from phantom cancer diagnoses to missed critical health warnings. The exaggerated tech marketing became a direct threat to public health. The company was now committing a massive, systemic violation of medical ethics. Eventually, the internal contradictions became too large to contain. Whistleblowers began speaking up, and a relentless investigative journalist published the truth about the failing tech. The illusion shattered instantly. Once regulatory agencies started asking to see the actual data, that $9 billion valuation evaporated overnight. The FBI and the Department of Justice raided the facilities, bringing severe criminal charges against Holmes and her top executives for defrauding investors and patients alike. The deception ended in a federal courtroom. Elizabeth Holmes went from Silicon Valley royalty to a convicted felon, sentenced to over a decade in prison. It stands as a dark boundary line for startup culture. You can fake software until it works, but you cannot fake the laws of human biology. A polished pitch and a fabricated persona might successfully secure billions in short-term funding, but the rigid reality of scientific data will always catch up. Elizabeth Holmes set out to change how we see our own health, but her actual legacy is a staggering $9 billion cautionary tale about the human cost of choosing hype over evidence.